Well, good morning, everybody. Let's start off by talking about what's a quick tip of the day for your garage, your workshop. Sometimes when you're out at the big box stores, you would like to get a pair of sawhorses or, metal horses for your garage so you can do larger work and keep it, up at a comfortable height to work on. And you look around, you don't see a big selection of these steel horses. So what we're going to do today, we are going to discuss making your own workhorses. And I'm going to throw up some pictures and let's just get right after it, okay? Like I always say, no long intros, let's just get right to the project. Let's take a look at this one. I exploded the picture up big so that you can see how the guy made these. I mean, take a look here. I mean, he did a good job on these, and he put these little end plates on the very, front and the back for added strength. And he made these out of steel. So you can go out to Steel Supply Yard, pick them up. You can make these as long as you want. Make them as stout as you want. But these will last a hell of a long time without any trouble at all, especially if you're working on big projects where you need it up off the ground at a comfortable height. Let me throw up a couple of other pictures and we'll go right to the questions and answers. Okay, let's take a look at these two. Another way of doing them is like the guy did over here on the far right. And you can create different lengths, widths, whatever you want. You can create a comfortable height that's just for you. You can custom make these. They're all welded steel. These things are incredibly durable. Now, they're not collapsible where you can put them away as a space saver. That's one drawback, but you can also put these on the side of your house or somewhere else. You can make them out of different types of steel that you find out at that supply yard. One on the right is tube steel. One over here on the left is like a T-beam, or I don't want to call it an I-beam. It doesn't have a bottom to it. And he used rectangular steel. You need to look around when you go out to the supply yard. Now, they sell, like here in town, they sell them in 20-foot lengths, or once in a while they'll sell them in 10-foot lengths. But they also have a big scrap pile. So sometimes I look through the scrap pile and you can figure you can put a couple things together, you can play around, weld. You come up with your own ideas. This gives you a basic boilerplate of how to make these. Make them your own way, your own specifications, and your own design. There's not a lot in the way of questions and answers to this. I mean, if you want to paint them, again, I use acetone. You can use alcohol. I wipe them down really well, and then I go ahead and I paint things. This is a good project. It's an easy project in one way. Now, you have to have a good way to cut these. You could probably get away with one of those 4.5-inch angle grinders if you take your time and do it. If you have a chop saw, that's even better. Depends on what tools you have. I mean, you can make this work. You're not in a rush. Take your time, okay, and line everything up. Make sure your welds are good and have fun doing this. Not a lot to say on this project, unfortunately. There just wasn't a lot of questions or things to deal with. But I thought it was a cool project. I thought it was worth throwing up as a quick tip of the day and a quick video for you to consider if you need something like this for your home shop. Okay, this is the Handyman. I'll see you on the next video. If you got comments, drop them below. Don't forget to click subscribe. I'll see you again soon. But this is a fun project, especially if you're doing any kind of fabrication work. Or even if you're doing any woodwork, you can make these horses. You can throw a piece of 3/4-inch plywood sheet on top of it, and you've just created an enormous bench top for yourself. And then you can use it for further woodwork. There's lots of variations to these that you can use them for, and they would come in really handy. You could put them against the wall. You could create, by just cutting that plywood down, your own bench top and slide stuff under it. I don't know. You could, lots of different things you can do to think about. Okay, I'll talk to you in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.